Hey there, everybody. We're going at hyperspeed. It's the daily space weather. We might even be late tonight. I don't know. But anyway, there's the past 24 hours, and we've got multiple features to which to pay attention to, like a coronal hole, but especially that rising sunspot in the northeast. We'll talk all about it and show you fantastic imagery, such as this. Oh my God, folks! The coronal hole that's going to envelop Earth. Oh my God! I'm spooked, spooked of space. We've also got a crown prominence going on in the southern polar region. A massive CME happening down there as we create the video. And once again, huge sunspot rising in the northeast. We've also got several very dense filaments, and like we said before, the sun has been holding out. The sun's been holding out on plasma, so don't expect that to continue. Expect some plasma coming your way. In fact, some already is. And let's talk about the channel if you haven't pressed the like button. What is your soul sliding down an embankment into the river Styx? Press the like button. You don't need that. Who needs to slide down an embankment into an ever-deepening and darkening abyss? Nobody wants to do that. It's no good. So press like. Or perhaps even give yourself a boost with the share button. People are very concerned. Oh my God. Dear God, press like. Otherwise, there'll be accountability for people like you. Anyway, the video can't continue, so for all those people who haven't pressed like yet, thanks a lot. We'll just wait to get to the rest of the video as if time just grows on trees. Are you a time miser? Anyway, the following are paid endorsements, like our Shartlight products. If you haven't picked any up, pick them up. Look at the socks. Those are totally sweet. They got the lime green, folks. Shartlight. When gaslighting fails and you only undermine your own credibility instead of people's understanding of what things were like in the past. So, when gaslighting fails, somebody has Shartlighted, and they are now less credible. So tell your friends and your foes about Shartlighting. It's a word made up, I think, just in the year 2022. Shartlight. To fail to gaslight and instead crap on one's credibility. Also, hey, pick up bulk spices. Save 43%. Oh my God, 43%. Links below the video. Ground cinnamon. Yeah, 43% off, folks. There it is. Amazon.com/shop/smashomash. Also save 10% at hemplucid.com with the promo code SMASHOMASH10. Links below the video to our storefront. So click them and then obtain these products now or at a later time. And if you'd like to pick up a subscription to the Smash Team, become a member at smashomash.com/SmashTeam. Hey, check it out. There's our latest YouTube video. Have you seen that one yet? New tank installed. Oh my God. It's freaking fantastic. So good. Smashomash.com/SmashTeam. There's a bronze level. There's a silver level. There's a gold level. There's a gold annual paid up subscription with complimentary merch. And let's get back to some like I said, huge sunspot has just risen in the northeast. Hopefully it doesn't make you mad. That's yesterday plus today. I think we have this normally sped up. So lots of sunspots setting, lots of sunspots rising. We should see an increase in the sunspot number by a lot in the coming 24 hours. There's a colorized magnetogram. Again, wild swings in sunspot number are completely normal for sunspot cycles. So there you go. Bunch of sunspots there rising. You can get, you can get like 150 sunspots in one sunspot group, by the way. So that's how the counting works. And let's talk volcanoes. Fuego is erupting. I don't know what's going on with Volcano Discovery, but whatever. Fuego is producing a 15,000 foot ash plume, and check it out. That's what's going on in Iceland. So, if you're wondering what part of the map will involve your soul, check it out. This is how it'll work. If your soul's circling a drain pipe into the river Styx, it'll go like this. Like a nice low pressure zone, and then whoops, right down into a pool of magma. So that's typically what happens with souls on the Reykjanes Peninsula. Yes. So that's ground deformation map, and you can see some patterns there. The likely place where there is some magma. And of course, there has been some recent activity there. It's still no eruption showing up on the webcams, though. So, I don't know. It's... Cheers. Anyway, let's look at earthquakes. Past 90 days look like this. Past 24 hours... Only a couple of 5 or greater magnitude there. A 5.5 at Papua New Guinea. That's it. Only one 5 or greater magnitude quake. And looking at additional space weather stuff, it's with the radio flux. But let's get back to some more solar imagery here. Why isn't it playing, governor? So lots of dense solar filaments right now. And there is a very high likelihood of coronal mass ejections once again. We don't expect the coronal hole wind stream to be too extreme from that, but we do have a CME coming tomorrow night also. So here's a close-up of this new sunspot, and it's spread over a rather large area. In other words, it's gargantuan. It's pretty big. I'll say that. It's clearly pretty big. However, it just rose. So, nothing to... I mean, let me just cite an important fact here. An active sun isn't scary, and an inactive sun also not scary. Anyway, the 10.7 centimeter radio flux is the next stat we should cover. And that is currently at 127 solar flux units. 127. I think it's 127, right? Yeah. So that needs to be updated there. Solon.info is a little behind, whatever. And Space Weather Enthusiast dashboard here, looking for geomagnetic storms. Hey now. Geomagnetic storms tomorrow night. So looks like it's going to be pretty minor according to NOAA. No disagreements there, although there is their Enlil spiral. Interestingly enough, NASA doesn't seem to have modeled this at all. It's not in NASA's forecast. So I don't know what's going on with that, but okay. So there's NOAA's forecast. Here's NASA's forecast. There is nothing going on there. So, alrighty. Moving along to Earth's magnetic moment from space for the past 4 hours. And I think we're supposed to show this. We got to show that in full screen mode, right? All right. There we go. That should be good. bring drinks there. So calm geomagnetic conditions here at the moment. There were a few minor little changes, but for the past 24 hours, things have been calm. Here's Earth's magnetic moment from the ground. And again, no geomagnetic storm conditions or anything like that. So it is pretty chill. Some aurora there likely over some spots like northeastern Europe. Also eastern Canada. And the KP index is now down to 1, KP1, geomagnetically calm conditions. Solar wind here, there's the ACE. It always has missing data. Very slow solar wind and moderately diffuse. Discover is showing some actual activity there. 2 different signals. The background solar wind here about 8 protons per cubic centimeter, and then another one at about 15 to 20 protons per cubic centimeter. Looks like a minor CME impact there. A couple filaments showing up. So a minor perturbation there on the Discover. Looks like a CME impact. Did we forecast it? Well, you can check out our previous daily space weather videos. GOES magnetometers. There it goes. And things are smooth up there. It's just about noontime for the GOES 18. And let's blast through the rest of our data here. We are getting very, very late. We went from late to really late. Top view ecliptic plane field plot shows Earth in a South Pole sector. That's what's going on. There's the full view, the line of sight field plot. Here is the ecliptic plane field plot. Next, coronal holes, and that one that's right in the Earth-facing zone is South Pole orientation. Of course, Earth is right in a South Pole current sheet. And here is the current magnetic environment. A little closer view of that coronal hole. And as far as sunspots, little increase in the sunspot number here. Expect a big increase in the sunspot number in the next 24 hours because that new group has a lot of sunspots. It'll probably be like an increase of 50 just for that one sunspot group. So totally normal changes in sunspot number. Here's our flare probability monitor and so forth. And we have a much higher likelihood of solar flares right up here. Let's look at sunspots. There's 171 plus continuum. There's 171 by itself. I'm sorry, there's the equatorial view, and there's continuum by itself. And that sunspot in the southeast is looking like it's got quite a few new sunspots to add to the sunspot number as well there. It's grown as well as... Yeah, that one's grown. This one up here is grown, or it's just large to begin with. Here's a magnetic field map. The SDO showing us the magnetic field of the photosphere in great detail. And let's talk energetic particles. Yeah. Proton flux, nada, flatlined. X-ray flux up big time because of that new sunspot rising. So background X-ray flux now up to about a C2 level. Big increase from one new sunspot group. So wild undulations in the sunspot number are, they're what happens. And so if an active sun and an inactive sun are both putting you in the bunker and taking you out of the bunker, hopefully your bunker is not too far from your normal home, because you're doing a lot of in and out of the bunker. So yeah, let's move on to there's the past 24 hours, and once again, the area to watch is right up here. It's when sunspots are close to the limb, they're most likely to produce large flares. So we've got a certain time frame here, the next couple of days, that you might see an X-class flare come from the northeastern limb. And let's get to the CME section, but first, a quick view of what's going on overhead Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. What do we got? There's the nowcast. We've got a growing moon near Saturn. You might see the moon and Saturn up there, and then Jupiter trailing behind on the ecliptic if you look up tonight. And what do we got? What do we got? Solar system forecast. That's what. That's where things will be in a week as we approach the November full moon, coming only a couple days after Thanksgiving. Next, the astronomy photo of the day, the Orion mission. Having done a lap around the moon, reaching 70,000 kilometers farther away than the moon. An astronomy mission from beyond the moon, the Orion. And of course, congrats to Space Weather's Starship. Where's my beverage? Congrats to SpaceX's Starship for, making its way to another lunar orbit. And cheers. Yes, very nice. Largest rocket ever. Where's my beverage, governor? Right. So yes, the Artemis mission or something. They're flying around the moon so they can go back to the moon. Cheers. Next, coronal mass ejections. And oh, hey, thanks. That counts. All right. So CMEs are next. And I guess I got to show that full screen, right? What is going on? My hands are non-functional today. I am retarded. All right. I am retarded. Anyway, let's just skip to the more close-up view here. What the hell? Everything is all jacked up. I don't know why, folks. We got CMEs. I think there's another earthly directed one. That's a good point to make, I guess. Anyway, we'll show better footage here. How about stereo A plus a difference imagery? There we go. That's a little better. And we'll let that play all the way through here. So definitely some activity there. These don't look like earthly directed components to me. What do you think? And then at the end, what do you got? I don't think anything. Let's see. Not too old. All right, let's take a look at our custom footage. There's a 24-hour video. I could have sworn I saw some motion that looked earthly directed, but let's get a little closer here. And make sure you pay attention to the 193 angstroms. You see a rapid plasma motion down here. I think that might be earthly directed. So anyway, expecting another CME impact. Let's see, that would be late in the day. Yeah, late in the day on the 21st. Probably overnight between the 21st and the 22nd. So 21st to 22nd of November, another CME impact there. It's this filament right here. That's an earthly directed CME. So this will be a little better right there. That CME right there, that must have ejected. And I mean, you can see some bit of a halo from it, but it clearly doesn't. I mean, it's a process of deduction here at this point. It doesn't come out of the southwest where you'd expect it to come from. It comes out of the north. It comes out up here, I believe. So again, this plasma filament right here is on its way to Earth. So that's a really stealthy one. And again, of course, we must keep an eye on that. That is a berserk sunspot. So anyway, another CME headed this way. So multiple impacts expected. And looking at filaments, it is definitely, now we'll do that. There we go. Some very dense, very large filaments on the Earth-facing portion of the solar disk. I think we only have one that's named right now. It's the, oh, so this one here, this one could have gotten a name. But this one up here, this is already known as the George Soros. We've got some new filaments following back here. What about, hey, we could name this one the Wasserman-Schultz filament. What do you think? Debbie Wasserman-Schultz for that one? And let's see, Mitt Romney maybe with this one. And then this one down here, what about, we could call that one Nikki Haley. That'll make a lot of libertarians really, really happy. And also, let's see, there's the grayscale imagery. Shows some large prominences. Of course, there's been one going off just in the past few hours. Let's get to it. But first, let's talk about naming that filament. Follow the hashtag name that filament. Just put up an image like that and put some kind of an idea where it's going to be, which filament you're going to be talking about. You know, put some kind of a thing. Oh, I want to name this filament. It's the Vivek Ramaswamy filament or whatever, and then we'll name that filament. X.com/SmashAmash. Will you be the 500th follower? You might earn a prize. So here's this this CME. It's popping off. That's going to be a CME there. Huge crown prominence happening there as we make the video, just the past few hours. And by the way, thanks for tuning into the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. Anyway, there's a whole picture. We got a north polar prominence and a south polar prominence. And let's cut the bonus features. So first, satellite charging hazards. What do we got? Nothing. It's smooth sailing. Satellites be hailin'. Your computer. Goes electron flux. Normal operating range. 1 year graph of the electron flux. Forecast model. A dip. I would tend to agree. CME impact coming. It'll be a bigger dip than NOAA's forecast. Ionosphere is next. There it is. There's the latest 2330. Here's a global ionosphere nowcast. It shows TEC as well as MUF, total electron content, and maximum usable frequency. Total electron content's next. Don't blink or you'll miss it. This data right here looks jacked. It's been looking jacked for weeks. Don't know what is up with that. It looks screwy. Next, the anomaly from the 10-day average over North America, and this looks kind of legit. So for some reason, the TEC on the world map is screwy, and over North America looks totally normal. So anyway, that's what's going on with electrons, and we'll close out space weather with high-res imagery that's going to take 2 hours to load, and probably, oh, look at that. That's nice. There's the magnetogram, maybe. And there's that. So this sunspot is going to go off the list entirely. It is out of sight. This one over here has grown since yesterday. This one up here is massive to begin with. Look at how many sunspots are there. How much of a range that is from north to south. That is quite massive. And here's the magnetogram. So yeah, that's a thing. And there's the, oh my God, what happened? There is the, and let's do meteorology. First, sea surface temperatures. There's the Atlantic. That's sea surface temperature anomaly, by the way. There's the Atlantic. There's the Arctic. There is the Indian Ocean. The Pacific. And let's don't forget the Southern. Next, we'll look at regular everyday surface winds. There's the East. There are the jet streams. Here's the central world. Surface winds. Western world. And the West's jet streams. Clouds and fog. Yes. Lots of clouds and fog in the western Atlantic. And near Florida, there is some activity there. A great squall line showing up. So that area right there where you see that action happening, that is a squall line. Huge shelf cloud likely forming right there. Not a chemtrail, not a contrail. A massive pressure gradient, probably between dry and moist air. Right there. It's not HARP, it's not geoengineering, and it's not cloud seeding. It's called convection and regular everyday nature. Next, looking at the difference between the GFS and the Euro forecast. So here's the snowfall forecast. This is new snow for the next 3 days. There is the GFS forecast. Quite a bit of snow there. And there is the Euro forecast. Here's our weather.gov map. And a large portion of Utah there with winter storm warning conditions. There's the key. There's the overall map. Good luck with that, weather.gov. And here comes some forecasts. First, the GFS 72-hour pressure and precipitation. Moisture making its way all the way across the U.S. to bring some freezing rain to Pennsylvania. Next, accumulated positive snow depth change. That is in inches. Next, surface winds. Windy conditions will continue on the west coast. Ta-da! TropicalTidbits.com. And there's the jet stream. What really moves your weather is that. That is why most weather goes west to east. And that huge kink in the jet stream explains the pressure and temperature gradients. Cheers. Next, lightning. And the Dominican Republic. Wait, Haiti? Yeah, the Dominican Republic and Haiti got some lightning. Here's a real-time map. And do they have any current strikes? Indeed they do. Hey there, there's some thunder rolling in the Eastern Caribbean. We'll close out with Earth weather for the lower 48, first the 50 state. Clouds and fog, water vapor, followed by a recap. And then a quick upload, because again, we are massively late. Pardon our lateness. There is the clouds and fog map, and there is the water vapor map, and that's where this ends. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to press like, subscribe, share, etc. We'll see you soon. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. Smasher Mash, signing off. And may that solar wind be at your back.